Rand Admiral Vortex stared at the holographic projection of the blue-green planet rotating slowly before him. His scaled skin rippled with anticipation as he addressed the Conquest Council. Earth, third planet of an unremarkable yellow star. Technological development, level 3. Projected resistance, minimal. Harvesting value, exceptional. His forked tongue flicked between razor teeth. The Draxian Empire will add these humans to our collection. For 9 millennia, the Draxians had expanded across the galaxy, subjugating species after species. Their process was methodical, clinical, identify, assess, conquer, harvest. Earth was simply the next in a long line of inevitable victories. Launch the preliminary probes, Vortex commanded. Standard procedure. Analyze their communication networks, military capabilities, and social hierarchies. The bridge hummed with activity as officers carried out his orders. The massive warship Inevitable Dominion maintained its position behind Saturn's rings, hidden from Earth's primitive detection systems. Time to conquest? Asked Sub-Commander Zilvax. 14 solar rotations, Vortex replied confidently. Prepare the domination broadcasts. 24 hours later, Vortex was summoned urgently to the communications center. The intelligence officer's scales had paled to an ashen gray, a biological sign of extreme distress among Draxians. Explain, Vortex demanded. Admiral, we intercepted their global information network as ordered, but the officer hesitated. We found this. The holographic display activated, showing footage that Vortex initially assumed was battlefield documentation. Explosions of unprecedented magnitude, entire cities vaporized, mushroom clouds rising into atmospheres. Their last war? He asked. No, Admiral. These are tests. From nearly a century ago. They're primitive weapons. Vortex's inner eyelids blinked in confusion. They deployed planetary extinction weapons. Against themselves? That's not all, sir. There's more. The display shifted to show humans in primitive pressure suits, walking on their moon. Another sequence showed robotic devices traversing the red surface of the fourth planet. Then came images of space telescopes, orbital weapons platforms, and something called Project Prometheus, a theoretical weapon that could ignite a star. They're insane, whispered Zilvax. No species develops extinction-level weapons before achieving interstellar travel. It defies evolutionary logic. The intelligence officer continued, his voice shaking. Sir, we also found this in their entertainment archives. They call it fiction. The screen displayed thousands of scenarios, imagining contact with alien civilizations. In an alarming percentage, the humans fought, resisted, and most disturbingly won against technologically superior invaders, using methods no sane species would consider. They don't just prepare for war, the officer explained. They fantasize about it. They imagine victory against opponents like us, in countless variations. They've been psychologically preparing for our arrival for over a century. In the emergency council that followed, the debate was uncharacteristically heated for the normally stoic Draxians. Conquest is still possible, argued Weapons Master Krell. Their technology remains inferior. Did you not see? Countered Science Director Nexara. They nuked their own planet over ideological disagreements. What would they do to us? They're death worlders with apocalypse weapons and martyr complexes. Vortex raised a clawed hand for silence. There is something else. Show them the message. The intelligence officer activated one final recording, a transmission the humans had launched into space decades earlier. It contained mathematical sequences, DNA coding, cultural information, and music. A greeting to the stars. They know they're not alone, Vortex said quietly. And yet, they broadcast their location, their biology, their culture openly, hopefully, into the void. Either they're profoundly naive, or confident beyond reason, Nexara finished. 2 days later, the inevitable Dominion changed its course. For the first time in 9 millennia of expansion, the Draxian Empire made a strategic withdrawal. In his private quarters, Vorthex composed his report to the Emperor. The species designates itself human. They are paradoxical beyond comprehension. They create weapons of self-annihilation, yet use them only twice. They imagine countless scenarios of interstellar war, yet send messages of peace into space. They fight among themselves with savage brutality, yet establish global treaties to protect the wounded and imprisoned. Most critically, they do not fear extinction, they prepare for it, imagine it, and still choose hope. Such a species cannot be conquered by conventional means. I recommend observation from a distance until we can determine if they are a threat or a potential ally. Some puzzles must be solved before they are engaged. As the warship accelerated away from the Sol system, Earth continued its serene rotation, blissfully unaware that a single message of hope, backed by a century of apocalyptic preparation, just saved it from becoming the latest trophy of a galactic empire.